exclusive, Sally Wainwright reveals the real-life inspiration behind Riot Women and whether she'll return to police dramas after Happy Valley. Sally Wainwright is the creative genius behind some of the most popular British dramas of the past decade, from the Sarah Lancashire-starring crime thriller Happy Valley, about a Yorkshire-based police sergeant, to the period drama Gentleman Jack, starring Suran Jones as trailblazing landowner Anne Lister. Now, the 62-year-old writer is taking inspiration from her own life in her new 6-part BBC drama, Riot Women, about a group of 5 menopausal women who form a punk rock band while juggling high-pressure jobs, grown-up children, and elderly parents. Sally, who lives in Oxfordshire and has 2 sons with the antiquarian sheet music dealer Austin Sherlaw Johnson, from whom she separated after 29 years in 2019, learned to play the drums as research for the drama, which stars Friday Night Dinner's Tamsin Greig, The Thick of It's Joanna Scanlon, and Sherwood actress Lorraine Ashbourne. Sitting down with Hello, Sally reveals how life after 50, the breakdown of her marriage and her mum's dementia diagnosis inspired the new BBC show, as well as her hopes of writing another police drama. How did your experience of Midlife inspire the story? One of the points of this show is women of a certain age. But it's not just about the menopause, it's about the responsibilities that come your way. My marriage broke down, my 2 boys are adults, but they still come through with their new different problems as they get older. It feels like you're just carrying a lot of stuff, and in the middle of that, you start to feel like you're disappearing because your hormones are whittling away. I suddenly started to feel like a little old lady, and that was a real shock. So I wanted to write about that feeling, but in a way that was uplifting, interesting, and entertaining. What triggered the story itself? I came up with the idea about 10 years ago, when I was getting into my 50s and realized my mom had dementia. The few things start piling on when you get to a certain age. When you get to 40, you suddenly realize you don't give a shit what people think anymore. You genuinely don't worry about all those niggly things. You get to that age where it just stops and you're sorted. Then the weird thing is, you get to 50 and things all go wrong again. You're often at the height of your career, so you've got a lot of responsibility at work. And the big thing for me was, my mom had started to get dementia. I just didn't see it coming and wasn't prepared for it. There are no guidelines, like when your kids start school and you get all this help. There's nothing. You have stuff to deal with that you didn't quite anticipate. You have to get tough as you get older to deal with what comes your way, and it often coincides with the menopause. How did the rock band element come in? I've always wanted to write about a rock band. It's one of those aspirational things that's universal, that most people at some point in their life fantasize about being in. I just thought it was a nice combination that would allow me to write about the things that I was going through, but would not be miserable, downbeat, and an energy drain. I saw a show called Rock Follies when I was 13, about a female rock band, and it changed my life. I felt like I woke up. I suddenly thought, that's what I'm going to do, write telly. And so it's always been there, this idea of writing about a female rock band. And how it came about in terms of the show. I asked all the women to learn the instruments properly, which they did. I really didn't want it to look like they were miming. They all loved it. It really bonded them and they had a ball doing it. A big part of that has been the fact that they've been on this extraordinary learning curve together to play the instruments. You're famous for creating strong, straight-talking female characters. Where do you find your inspiration? I know I've got a reputation for strong female characters, but I like to think it's more that they're complex characters. I like writing about women because I think they're emotionally more articulate than men. Men don't talk about emotions. In my experience, they talk about current affairs, football, and golf. Also, I'm a woman. I'm in a woman's head. So while I do like writing for men, I can get into more emotional, granular detail if I'm writing about women. Will you ever do another police drama after Happy Valley? I hope so. I would definitely do another crime show. But I'd have to find a way of coming at it that wasn't formulaic and think of something new. Riot Women is available to stream on BBC iPlayer and will air every Sunday at 9 p.m. on BBC One.